The 11 rock churches of Lalibela are located in the highlands of Ethiopia. The complex has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1978. The rock churches are not built of loose stones. Ingenious architects came up with different shapes. Then the churches were carved out of the rock in the 13th century. The Bet Georgis, the House of St. George, is carved in the shape of a cross. The stonemasons must have worked from top to bottom, so that no scaffolding was needed. After the top floor was carved from the rust-colored tuff, the windows were started. So they dug in and brought out the excavated stone. No mistakes should be made with this method. If too much stone is removed, it is difficult to correct.
Catalhöyük was the first major settlement in world history. It was created about 9,500 years ago in today's Turkey. During the flowering period, up to 2,500 people lived there close to closed houses, which were only accessible over the roof. A practical architecture, because large windows and doors have heated up the interiors too much. There were no streets and places. Life played primarily on the roofs. It was apparently an equal society. There were neither palaces nor temples. Marketplaces and workshops were also missing. Each house community managed independently, took care of animal husbandry, and produced tools. The residents also had to deal with typical problems of civilization, including the disposal of waste and feces. But overall the community was probably stable, because Catalhöyük remained inhabited for 2 millennia. People not only lived in the houses, they also celebrated ritual festivals there. This testifies to large murals with colored hunting scenes. Presumably the representations should be remembered on initiation councils or cultic hunts.
In Cambodia stand the impressive temple ruins of Angkor. This vast area has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1992. How did it look here hundreds of years ago? Before the jungle devoured everything, the Khmer ruled here from 900 to 1500. The site encompasses more than 400 square kilometers. Here was a bustling metropolis, a metropolitan area which contained several 100,000 people. Only the temple district was built of stone. The people and also the king lived in wooden houses. That's why the only temples have survived after the centuries. Angkor is thought of as a city of water. A sophisticated system of canals and reservoirs runs through the area. Carthage in the Gulf of Tunis was built in the 9th or 8th century BC. The heart of the city was the ring-shaped harbor. Past the canal running from the sea was a basin for merchant ships. Behind that was a restricted military area. A secret war harbor with covered berths. It had space for about 200 warships. Carthage was an important trading center, protected by powerful defense systems all the way to the sea. Shops and residential areas of ordinary people were found in the lower town. The upper town stood enthroned, and well protected on a plateau. It was both a religious and a political center, with temples and luxurious villas. The ruins of the port building still exist today.
In 1979, the ancient ruined city of Persepolis was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. An animation shows what it probably looked like 2,500 years ago. This is Persepolis in the 6th century BC. at the time of the Persian king Darius I. It lies at the foot of a mountain on a rocky plateau. This terrace is half natural and half constructed, a magnificent creation. Persepolis served to represent the ruler. Once a year, delegations of the conquered peoples entered the palace district through the so-called Gate of All Countries. They brought their gifts to the Persian king in a procession. The Persian architects were great masters of their art. They could span huge halls on amazingly narrow pillars with light roofs. A huge staircase led to the throne hall, which was magnificently decorated. In the year before Christ, Alexander the Great conquered the royal city and had it burned down completely. Traces of the fire can still be seen today on the partially rebuilt ruins.
Jerusalem inmitten der judäischen Berge im 11. Jahrhundert nach Christus. Anfangs als kleine Festung errichtet, wird Jerusalem zentraler Ort der monotheistischen Religionen Judentum, Christentum und Islam. Ihre heiligen Stätten liegen innerhalb der Befestigungsmauern der Altstadt. Für die Christen ist es die Grabeskirche, errichtet über dem Ort, an dem sich der Überlieferung nach das Grab Jesu befand. Für die Juden die Klagemauer. Sie wurde ursprünglich als Außenmauer eines Plateaus errichtet, auf dem einst der jüdische Tempel stand. An seiner Stelle erhebt sich heute der muslimische Felsendom. Die Al-Aqsa-Moschee auf dem Tempelberg ist das Gebetshaus der Muslime. In kaum einer anderen Stadt ist der Glaube so präsent wie in Jerusalem.